All right, so what we're about to talk about today is going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to preface it with this conversation actually happened live. You can join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time for Friday Morning Magic, where we have coffee, have amazing Magic the Gathering conversations, tell some stories, and kick off our weekend the right way. All right, without further ado, we got some stuff to talk about. Let's go. Germany, there's no boxes available anywhere. Holy moly. But let's talk about all this hype has led me into the question. And I want to know from you guys. I speculate that people are going to look back on this as one of the most popular times in Magic the Gathering history. That's right. A game that has been around for 30 plus years is going to be, the era of Lord of the Rings, Commander Masters, Doctor Who Commander decks. Heck, in this era, you could even include the Warhammer 40k, because the farther out you start to get, the smaller the space looks, and you're like, oh, those are all around the same time. And I really think that one day we're going to look back on this as a massive, an amazing point in Magic the Gathering history. Now, there's a couple things that lean to that. First, we talk about serialized cards all the time. Everyone's saying everyone is all about serialized cards. They're going to print serialized cards at every set. Well, yeah, they do. But they keep seeming to be a hit. The community, you and I, people buying the product and engaging with Magic, seem to love the idea of serialized cards. We are all about opening these boxes and finding something cool. And because of that, the era where serialized cards truly started, save the one secret layer, will probably be looked back upon very fondly. Now, you couple that with the Lord of the Rings sales data that we've talked about on this live stream and that you can find anywhere on this channel going through the roof. It goes to show that people are buying this product. And people say, well, Lord of the Rings enthusiasts and Magic enthusiasts are buying this product. And yes, I think that's true. But when it comes to the sales data we collect on something like TCG Player, I think it's most interesting that a majority of the customers on a site like TCG Player are already TCG enthusiasts in some way or another. Now, the most popular stance here, I think, is I used to play Magic, I'm aware of Magic, and now I'm back because Lord of the Rings has brought me back in. But it goes to show that this set on this platform is reaching mostly trading card game enthusiasts. I think your local game store is more likely to see a large uptick from sales of Lord of the Rings. That being said, this means people who stick around in Magic or are any kind of enthusiast will, again, just look back on this fondly. But there's a big caveat here. There's a big caveat here that I want to talk about, and that is the idea that when the next set drops, the big hype killer, and I've pulled it up once this stream and I'll pull it up again, the Destroyer of Worlds. If we have a set that flops with the community in this era, it could end this time very quickly. And I say that because we have evidence of that in Magic's past. Heck, we look at AFR, Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow, and as much as it pains me to say it, Streets of New Capenna, Dominaria United Area, because I loved those sets, people look back on that time, not so long ago, very, very, very soon, actually, as of the recording of this video and as of this live stream, we look back on that time as not the best time in Magic history. And what we found is because some of these earlier sets in that timeline were not great, maybe not a ton of playables, maybe not the most interaction, it was hard for us to pull ourselves out of that funk when something good came along with some specialized treatments, or something like Dominaria United with some crazy chase came along. We weren't necessarily susceptible to it right away. We had some bad taste in our mouth. But Lord of the Rings hits right at the right time, in my opinion, coming off the back of things like Brothers War, Phyrexia All Will Be One, and March of the Machine, which have been immensely popular, introduced new ways to chase and collect Magic the Gathering. This set seems to try to create a pinnacle. So as we've built hype, we're trying to capitalize on that and keep the train rolling down the track. And I say all that to say this: as that train rolls down the track and you run into a brick wall like a Battle for Baldur's Gate, you could find yourself in a bit of trouble. So I really think this is going to be an interesting time to look back on Magic's history. I think I've been very big on the Brothers War serialized cards. I think the first full run of serialized cards is going to be looked back on very fondly. I don't know what you think. Actually, let me know in the comment section. The Brothers War cards, the serialized cards. What do you guys think in the chat about stuff like that? But I really think this is an interesting time in Magic. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to be looked on as fondly as I do? I know prices have gone up. I know there are some negativity, but it feels like Magic 30th is off in the rearview mirror. We've moved on. We've moved on from sets that we haven't taken to as much, regardless of their playability, and we are all in on the products that are coming out today. What do you guys think? This is amazing. I'm going to let you guys answer while I take a drink of my coffee and say, hey, thank you for listening to this rant, and most importantly, you know, like we do every Friday, I want to hear from you now. That's good. That's good coffee.